Well, this is something I haven't done in a while. So, yeah, man, let me know audio if everything is cool, whether you can hear me, and we'll take it from there. Yeah. Oh, my cell phone's telling me I'm live. All right. So, comments. You guys can leave comments if you are doing this from Facebook. Then please start off by using your name. Otherwise, I've got no idea who I'm chatting to. If you're joining me from YouTube, then by all means, chat away, man. Rian, how's it going, buddy? How you doing, brother? Thanks, man. Appreciate the feedback. All right, so what I'm doing is I am fluting a handle. Done. There. Yeah, and there's been quite a bit of questions whether I use a flexi shaft or blah, 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 blah. Now, you can use the flexi shaft, but what I find is if you've got needle files, yeah, they work extremely, extremely well. So let me just get my eyes on here. And, yeah, that's why you've got a bench skin. So let me get my eyes on here, and I can do this. Hold on. Let me just move this window to there. Yeah, that's maybe better. All right. So basically what it's about is there. Can you guys see? Yeah, you can. So basically I started the slot. Let me just see if I can maybe move this camera back a tad to get you more of a back kind of view into this, so you can actually see where my file is sitting. I'm not sure whether this will work. Hold on. So there. Oh, that's a tad better. All right. So that there. Hold on firmly and just start filing. Oh, this really isn't rocket science. You get rid of whatever should not be there first, and then you start going in slowly and work up to the line. So yes, everything is scribed. If you're going to be doing this, make sure you've scribed all the lines that is required by the fluting. I will do on the next dagger build. We'll be documenting it a bit more intensely. Yeah. So there I'll be going into the different methods I use when laying out this fluting and the whole works. But for now, Lindy, how's it going, man? Gerard. Dirk Moelman, meneer Zwan. Whistle, how's it going, man? Mr. JP Milton. And Nick, how's it going? Excellent, man. Trenton, how's it going, guys? I haven't done live in a while. I thought it was about time here. See, I'm sitting here all by my lonesome. I might as well. So today, the guys have got one mission and one mission only. So that's the guys in my shop. Is we're not doing anything. We need to get that the dam that we built. Yeah, we need to have that thing filled up, and that is literally going to take about 2 days worth of that water pump running. And unfortunately, I can't just leave the water pump down by the river because, water will stop flowing and the pump will be gone. So it has to be babysit. And it is really, it sucks doing that. Just one guy sitting there. So Tool and Steve is currently just sitting there having fun. I'm not too sure whether Tool has got a fishing rod with him. I'm not too sure. But that's enough of that. The process is fairly simple. Yeah. So you file as deep as you feel you need to. There's a fair amount of concentration required. especially if you're working here. So I'm working here, but the tip of the file is there because I'm using a tapered round. And this is a fat needle file that I'm using, but it is not a second cut. It is actually a first cut, so it's nice and coarse, so it goes through wood like nothing. Yeah. So this one I specifically ordered loose, specifically for doing this, because it just works like a charm. It's nice and sharp. They're not expensive, like 200 and something rand each. And I've actually broken this one's tip. And so here is my little backup. So if I need to get into even more finer, but this one is slightly finer, so it does give you a better finish. But at this point, I'm not worried about finishing. I just want to get this done, yeah. So this is the second last one, or the third one, but the second last groove that I'm filing. And I didn't want to get banned by Facebook specifically, so we're not running any music in the background. Yeah. Metal Blueberries, how's it going, man? Johan. An absolute pleasure, buddy. Radionic. Yeah, buddy. It's file. I've lost my freaking cursor. Filing. It's as easy as that, man. I mean, it's really not difficult. It takes a while, especially if you can't remember where the hell you were working. But it does take some time, but that's it, yeah. That's the only thing it takes is a bit of patience, a bit of time. You obviously saw me flip this thing around so I can get to this one. I like working with pressure towards my body. And now it's kind of being the chameleon, keeping an eye here as well as on the tip. Just be conscious of where that tip sits. And obviously what angle you're using. You don't want to go round. That's the very last step. When you need to smooth everything out, but you're using a finer file by then. So you won't be doing such deep cuts. And what I found is on the little fluting right in front here, going out in the reverse direction, gives you a nice little rounding. So you don't have to go and bugger with that too much. One more, maybe twice. One more. Yeah, and that's how it's done. So now we're back into digging. So I started this dagger build. I can't remember, when was it, last week? Yeah, last week, Monday. I think. Might have been Sunday. I can't even remember. But this is taking its sweet time, man. And I can't work on this on Saturday, because obviously Saturday I'm teaching a class. But can do this on Sunday, and I'm hoping to finish her by Sunday, if not a bit earlier. But I am on a bit of a mission, man. So we had a bit of, well, not a bit. I had quite a bit of Mr. Motor, how's it going, buddy? Johan, better than hand sanding. I did a fair amount of filing and sanding on that quillin this morning. I was in the shop nice and early, man. So for the last 2 days, my wife and kids leave at 6. So I'm in the shop at about 6:10, which is nice. We actually only start working at 7. Well, now in winter, I don't mind if the guys only start at 8. But like I say, this week has been farm stuff. Well, we built some prototype handles, lifting tongs for my casting furnaces. Built myself one a while ago, and I've been testing it and using it, and that one's nice. And I built it in such a way that you can either pick it up single-handedly, single one person lifting, or have 2 people lifting, which is obviously safer, especially on anything over 8 kgs that you're lifting out. And then I decided, hey, I've got a 1-ton winch, so I might as well put that in the forge and lift my castings with that out. So I built one set of lifting tongs that'll do all of that. And I had a client that saw it, and he wanted one. So I didn't want to just build one. And, well, the biggest reason I didn't want to build it. So I got Steve to copy it, Tulu and Steve. And I finished 3 this morning, which is brilliant. So I might actually get to do a bit of casting tomorrow, because I do have some other things that I need to do. Well, when I say casting, I just need to make I want to make subuchi. I don't want to just do a small amount. I want to do enough so that I've got for future casting projects. Yeah, but I might be jumping the gun a bit. Miguel, how's it going, buddy? Matt, how's it going, dude? So any specific topics that you guys want to discuss? Yeah, otherwise I'm just, sound like a nutter again. And this is why I stopped doing these lives, yeah. Because I'm talking to yourself. Not that I don't pretend that I don't talk to myself. But keeping an eye on what you're doing. Yeah, you notice that I flipped to the one with the little not broken tip. And right at the top there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create the channel just with that tip. And as he concentrates, he shuts up. So I am wiping the file on my shop jacket. So now this is where I broke that previous one, because I'm not adding pressure when I'm going in, while I'm filing up, but when I'm actually pulling back, I'm using the tip of that file just to scrape the channel. Now I will come back at a later stage and just clean up those. I just want to rough cut it at this point. Any questions? Mac, yeah, I will be wire wrapping this handle, and I'm going to do fine silver on this. Oh, the sheer fact that gold is way too bloody expensive, man. That previous project with the gold put me back. Look, I made good money off of it, but damn, man, that was expensive. That was expensive. And this, there is quite a bit of work left on this guy. So aside from the handle wrapping, so the twisted wire and those things, and the quilling and everything, that is kind of the least of my problems on this bloody project. Okay, so now it's starting the last little flute once again. So the biggest thing when you start is obviously I've got height scribe marks there and on the end, so that I know where to stop. Because I do like the flutes to start in the handle. I don't want the flutes to run off up to the end of the wood. It's just kind of the way I've always done it. I prefer it that way. I saw a photo of I think it was one of Mastersmith Kevin Cashin's fluted handles he did, and he had it stopping there, and I really like that. And so I've just always done that. I'm now getting hot, man. You guys are going to be treated to a bit of a strip show right now. I think let me do that. Let's take that off. Let's go to that one there. So what are you guys on about, Jack? Yeah, brother. There's a lot of friggin' concentration. Oh, no one needed to see that. Yeah. There's a lot of concentration happening, man. A lot of concentration. Richard, dude, it is going well. Yeah. Spending time by myself in the shop and with you guys. Yeah. Having fun. Getting work done, which is always a plus. Oh. Sorry about that. Yeah. No one needs to look at my receding hairline. I think it might be time to order another one of these. It still cuts beautifully, but I wanted to cut quick. Yeah. And keep in mind your files, they are consumables. Yeah, just like your sandpaper. You're not saving your sandpaper that you've used. And don't think that your file will last you forever. So this one is probably done, let's say, 6-7 dagger handles. Yeah, and I know before the guys go there, I know that there are ways and means that you can etch the thing and you can do bladder to try and save yourself that 150 rand. That is a consumable, man. Once again, you can do that if you're the guy that reuses your toilet paper. Yeah. Otherwise, buy good quality. Don't go and spend all that thousands and thousands on the lob. Buy fat. They are expensive, but then look after them. Yeah. But if you just buy the individual files and not a full pack, they're not going to cost you an arm and a leg. And also slightly turning your file while you're working. That aids a lot. That helps a lot. So especially if I want to put pressure on the back end, so that side of the file or this side, it's obviously easier to put pressure on this side. So if I want to put pressure on the other side, what I'm doing is I'm filing and I'm turning my file the other way around, which is just, I don't know, a way of me bullshitting my own brain, making sure that my pressure goes outwards and not inwards, where like I'm doing now. And you have to slow down and think about this, man. So it doesn't take too long. I have no idea what time I started. But it takes as long as it takes. No need to rush it. So you're not going to do a full handle and wrap it. Well, you could do it in one day, but you're not going to be doing anything else. Like I said, this is purely the rough cut. Then you get to sand, or I'll go in with a finer file, get nice and perfect up to those little lines. You'll see the little scribe lines that I have here. Getting perfectly onto those scribe lines. I might even see there you can see the two little scribe lines. Yeah, so I might even scribe another line in here, making sure that those are perfectly spaced. Perfectly spaced. But I might change things up a tad on this one. You'll notice that I only am dishing out every second one. Got a plan. And if that screws up, well, I'll be doing this entire handle again. It's something I've been wanting to do for a while. Now, keep in mind, my carving kind of suck. So we're going to start with something I believe will be simple. Jack, I agree 100%, man. But what I find with needle files is that the fat set of needle files, just the standard one, not the diamond one, that is a good quality little set. That really is. And you can buy whatever is not in the set. You can buy it separately, done, and it's not going to set you back an arm and a leg. And especially for knife makers. I mean, you're not going to buy a set of lobes and then use it on fucking steel. Yeah, I know. But the lobe is nice. It is nice. But I mean, I won't even use my lobes on here, on wood. So why I actually spent money and bought them, I don't know, man. I'll probably end up just giving it to my wife. Shane, it is going well, buddy, and yourself. And then Matt, yeah, dude, rule one. Matt, this is, I can't remember. It's some other stabilized wood. I can't remember. I like the color and the I don't know, little dots. The burl side of things were cool, but it was quite a substantial block. And I must say, I'm not fucking impressed with whoever did the stabilizing. Yeah, it's really shitty. I've had, I don't know, from the same source, I've had pieces that are just fucking plastic. Beautiful to work with. This one, not so much. But it is obviously not my supplier's fault. Yeah, he's just buying the stuff and selling it. But nothing that a bit of super glue couldn't fix. And if you put super glue on it, I like the thin super glue. If you put it on there, it just disappears. It just sucks into the wood. So I initially thought, well, maybe the super glue that I have currently is like really thin. So I took another piece, different species of wood, but also stabilized. You could see, look, it was about double the weight of this thing. And super glue just runs off of it. Where this just sucks it in. You can see, and obviously if you're working it, you can smell that it's been stabilized. But I don't know. But we shall treat it the old-fashioned way, yeah? Before all of these funky and fancy little stabilized woods came out. We'll do the same process. This takes a bit longer. But who cares? Hugh, how's it going, man? Do I have a set of files that I use for my handle materials and a separate set for steel? No, bro. I just use what I have. Got one set. Well, I've got multiple sets, but I mean, you've got sharp knives and then not so sharp knives, files. So I tend to just use the really sharp ones. I do have nice precision needle files like these, and then really cheap stuff here, like these little ones. So these little ones, I would use them on steel to dig out 90% of the material and then go in with the fine ones to clean up, or the high quality ones to clean up. Unless it is, I don't know, if this file that I'm using is close to its end and I need to do quite a bit of filing, then I'll just go and dig it. Or you just say, hey, you know what, this project that I'm working on, like I said, it's a consumable. So on this project, for instance, I wouldn't mind. I mean, I can buy 10 new sets of needle files for the intended price of this thing. But so you got to gauge. So my rule of thumb is I will buy 2 packets of cheap needle files for every new dagger that I make, and I don't mind sacrificing those. Done. And then every 5th dagger, I get myself a full new set of needle files, the expensive stuff. Well, I say expensive, it's not really, it's relative. Or if I see that the set is still cool, but there's one file like this one in this specific cut that is now I've broken it, so I've just ordered a replacement on that one. Yeah, and obviously through working and discovering what you do and what you use the files for, you realize that there are ones that you are using more than others. So you kind of build up a custom little set. Hope that makes sense. That's why I always tell the guys, look, when you're going to go buy a set, buy the smallest one. Yeah, don't go and buy the full, I don't know, 25,000 file set. Buy the little one with 6 in there. Get it over with, and as soon as you actually realize what you need and what you want to use it for, as soon as you start, I don't know, when you gain 2 brain cells with regards to files, then go and spend the money and buy the ones that you actually would need. Because there's always that one friggin' file in a packet of these generic little stuff they just throw together that you don't use. There's always 1 or 2. So I use extensively. I use rounds, but tapered rounds, not parallel rounds. Tapered rounds, then a half round, not so much. So I wouldn't go and buy this half round file. Yeah. I do use that one there. So just a flat hand file. I use that extensively. And the package that I bought actually had 2 of them in there. And then you got the oblique, which is like half round on both sides. So that's why I will not buy the half round file, because the oblique and the flat does exactly what this does. And obviously having 2 of them, this thing can do both what that can do, but that won't last as long. Yeah. So and I like this. And this one I actually have in a bit of a broader one as well, the big, which is nice. And then I don't know what else is there. There's flats and barrettes and knife edge and square and triangles and rounds that I've actually gone, and so that's a round file that I ground to a 2mm. So it's only a half round, but it gives me a 2mm. So if I start filing, it gives me a 2mm little radius here. And then you got riffler files, which is bent. That's a round riffler and a flat riffler and blah blah. And these are actually fourth cuts. So once I'm done with that, which is a rough cut, then I'll come in with that one, which is a first cut, and then that's a fourth cut. So the fourth cut is equivalent to about a 400 grit. Yeah, so on bronze, brass. Yeah, but that little oak is about 5 times the price of that little guy. So these tend to be, crap, where's the camera? So these rifflers tend to be expensive, but you get nice and funky shapes, man. So that was around, what's that? That's a square riffler. That is a tapered half round. Yeah, so it is a half round that is just kind of oblique and then bent, but there's a safe edge at the back. I don't use that one all that often. There's a triangle one, and then there's this weird ass shape. I call it the pixie foot. Yeah, don't know what the hell. It's got a file on the edge, not on the back, and it is flat on the sides, and it's got a slight little knife edge taper. So this one I use extremely often. Really, I dig that one. And then what the hell? It's triangles, squares, blah blah blah. But they do. Which one? They do run into quite a little price tag if you order all of them at once. And please don't, because like I said earlier, if you don't know what the hell you're going to be using them for, unless you've got money burning a hole in your pocket, yeah, then you've started the right hobby. So all of these files, I didn't go out and buy them just one time. Right? I have invested in files over the last 10, 12 years. So I have accumulated quite a vast array of files. And I think there's only one guy, Jack Connon, Mr. Jack Connon. His collection might be rivaling mine. Yeah, man, Velops for critical detail. Yeah, buddy, I hear what you're saying. For chainsaw files, yeah. That's actually cool. Yeah, I've got a whole freaking drawer of them, man. Do I prefer using timber, horn, or fully synthetic handle materials? I use timber. I don't like horn, and I don't like synthetic. But now, keep in mind, it depends on what I'm making. Yeah. If I decide to do a dagger, which happens every now and then, I prefer wood. Yeah, the exception, I'll use some really expensive, I don't know, either mammoth ivory or walrus ivory, or like a really expensive material, or exotic, let's rather say that, because expensive does run up there. But then once again, I have been purchasing some of the really expensive stuff over the last couple of years. And I've just been sticking in my little cupboard. But the choice of handle material or material to be used for the knife is made at design. Yeah, so I try not to change my mind. So once I've set my mind on a color scheme or a specific look for the handle or whatever, and if I don't have the material, then obviously I would use it, yeah, because I can't use it because I don't have it. And I'm not going to put up a project just because I don't have the handle material. Or I will see a piece of handle material online, I will buy it, and then I will, when it eventually gets to me, I will then design a piece around that handle material. But I'm done with the days where I just go in and buying, I don't know how many thousand rands worth of wood and sticking it in there and building up this entire collection of wood that I'll probably never use. Because I do have a problem when it comes to wood. I really honestly do. So if you're doing, if you're doing a $200, $250, even $1,000 knife, well, even $1,000, you now start looking at really nice handle material, yeah, where your ordinary $50 handle material, maybe not. That's not going to fly on it. Got a set of velour needle files for my 30th birthday. 19 years later. It's because you respect your tools, Shelley. Exactly. As my dad used to say, take care of your tools because they take care of you. Yeah. And obviously use the tool. Don't be the tool. It's kind of another thing that he told me. I've taken that one to heart. Yeah. I try not to be a tool. Sure, the dear, how's it going, man? Steve Ellis. What is the smallest dagger you've made as in blade width? Stilettos, and the average blade width on them is from 9mm wide to, I think the widest one I've ever made was 15mm. Yeah. Those are triangular blades, so tri-blades with fullers on every edge. That's small. Smaller? I don't know. I'm pretty sure way back in the day I've made something that's a bit smaller. What's the smallest dagger you've made? As in, yeah, okay, so we covered that one. Any other questions you guys might have? Shane, I reckon he was bored and now he's watching me work. Yeah, dude, same thing. I can sit on YouTube and watch guys work for freaking hours, yeah? For freaking hours. So, did I finish that one? Oh, I don't even know. That one is up there. That one is up there. It is slightly dodgy. That one is up there. That one is up there. And that's the one I filed ever so slightly freaking thinner than everything else. Because it's two neighbors. I actually cut on the wrong side of the line. So I kind of screwed myself over there. There's some of the super glue still evident on this piece of wood. But anyway, so that's the major basic fluting done. Yeah. So now for me to cut and recess the second piece. So what I've done, the basic thinking behind this is, so there's 8 flutes, yeah, one goes negative and then one goes positive, one goes negative, and I've made quite a few handles like that. But what I'd like to do on this one is also make this one positive, but I might want to do a bit of carving. I might want to do that. So now I need to find a jeweler saw, because this is where it gets a bit hairy. There's the jeweler saw. I have got a what's it, a 04 blade in here. All right. And now I'll probably finish my cigarette first, but I would just show you the process here. So once again, on every second flute, I have now gone and scribe my little scribe line. So now I start with this guy, and now I need to keep in mind that I cannot cut any further than that line there. Yeah. Don't want to cut further than that. So in other words, cut down more than that. So this 40 might actually be a bit too aggressive. Yeah, I think it might be. I need to find something that is finer than that holder. So cigar tubes. Yeah. There's a 50. That'll do the trick. Is that finer? Is that? Do I have a loose bundle here? No. I hate this part. I can't see squat now. Now you have to go and take the world's thinnest friggin' wire off of this thing. I'm pretty sure there's... Jack, is there an easier way of doing this, man? Aside from frustration. Another reason to have a bench skin. I hate this. Now it's wrapped itself around one single stupid little blade. All right. Yeah, baby. Don't drop them now. Take out one. Come on, just one. My fat freaking fingers. All right, so as you can see, the tubes are marked 50. That'll work. Done. Now, I don't want to change this one, but I do want to write on there what is in here, and that is a 40 blade that's currently in that frame. You can go and change the frame, or you can just grab another one. So this one I haven't used in a while. This is actually a newer frame. Oh, I did take two. Those freaking blades are so thin. Right, so now figuring out that's the way. That is the way. Just like pressure, tension, and hi. A saw frame. No. Okay, so now on the line. Oh, hell yes. So the trick now is to cut on those little scribe lines. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut to the depth or the thickness of the actual saw blade. So you get a much cleaner cut, especially if you start hollowing out. If you do this on the hollow side of things, but then obviously don't go deep. Yeah. There's a whole lot of concentration happening at the moment. And I know there's a lot of jewelers that, I mean, it's second nature. When you fit a saw blade, you'll go and wax the thing up immediately. Don't do it! Not if you're cutting wood, yeah. I mean, it sounds simple, but it was so drilled into me when you fit a saw blade, you immediately wax it. Immediately. And when you do that, especially on the wood, you just clogging your saw blade. Yeah. Almost there. Bling, and it's normally on that bling. I don't want to move too quick, let you break the freaking saw blade. So don't do that. Take it out of the slot in a forward motion, not just pulling it out. Aye. All right, the back here. That turn is kind of kicking my butt at the moment. So there is one of 8 slots. So keep in mind there's 8 spirals and then 2 slots to every single spiral, and there is 4 of them that I need to cut. So that's 8 little guys like that, but my hands cramp extremely quickly. So we are just going to take that, hook that over there, take that guy, put it there. These guys can be put away. We can go back onto full green. There we go. And I'm going to call it that for the next hour. I do need to just let my eyes rest for a while. When I say an hour, I'll probably be like 20 minutes. Yeah. Enough to go and make myself another cup of coffee, drink that cup of coffee, and I don't know, finally finish the cigarette and not have it burn out in my ashtray. And then we shall be back at this. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, who is on here? Dogbo Knives, no, brother. I can't fly to the States. Yeah. So US citizens can fly to South Africa, but South African citizens are not allowed into the US. So unfortunately, for a second year learning. So unfortunately, I will not once again be attending Blade Show. It is I don't know. Shall we go with upsetting? How's that? Matt, yeah, man. But pressure breaks a saw blade. Yeah. So same thing as grinding. You need to let the tool do the job. Don't put pressure. Just up and down. Don't forward pressure. The teeth will do what it's supposed to do and cut the stuff away. So too much off carefully. Oh, buddy, Jack knows it, man. Yeah, but snapping blades. Holy crap! I have gone through. I want to say thousands. That would not be exaggerating. Rich, thanks, buddy. It's appreciated. Mr. Stuart Anthony Smith, how you doing, buddy? I like the fancy stuff. Me too, dude. Me too. But that one there, well, I screwed up on the layout. Yeah, so kind of pisses me off. But it's a nice piece of wood. I'm not starting again. Yeah, Stuart is watching me because he's waiting for glue to dry. Yeah, but sit back, relax. Yeah, I know you don't smoke, but smoke. Make yourself a cup of tea or an Oros. Yeah, that's always good. Let's call it what it is. What is it? It's me not really wanting to work all that hard. How's that? Yeah, but this guy, it is getting there. don't know why the hell. See, I don't have my... Oh, there we go. There's that single little slot that was cut in. Yeah. Where's my brush? Oh. So if you start brushing this thing to get rid of all the loose dust, you can actually see what the hell is going on. Oh, sorry. It's just a large brush that I have that sits or just hangs underneath my desk. Underneath this lip here. Just to the back, it hangs there. But anyway, so that's that. And as soon as all of that's cut, it's currently finished, the handle. So the shiny part is currently finished up to a 600 grit. But once all of this is cut and I've got those lines in, it'll be finished to a 400, just a rough 400. So I can write on it with a pencil and actually see the lines, where currently with that super glue finish I've got on there, you can't see the freaking line. Well, it's not super glue finish. That was 600 grit with filling the voids of super glue, and as soon as I touched the super glue, it just, like I mentioned earlier, it just sucked into the wood, so I gave the entire thing a coating. Also coated after I cut the hole. I poured quite a bit of super glue in there. So it sucks up in the from the center of the wood. And I might actually take this to a mate of mine who does cactus use stabilizing, just to see whether this can actually be stabilized even more. I don't know. Because I'd much rather just clean up a bit of stabilizing cactus juice than having to redo everything. Let's start again in ivory. I so wanted to do ivory on this, but yeah, the previous dagger was on ivory, so I don't want to just do the same thing again. It's pretty much based on the same layout, especially if you consider the pommel at the back. It looks kind of like that disc pommel that I did in the previous one, but that was just way overcomplicated, that one, man. So I didn't want to use ivory again. And I am waiting for some mammoth bark ivory, which is currently still in the States, man. The whole idea was obviously to go and pick it up when I was there, but that ain't going to happen. So now I'm going to have to have it shipped. Jack reckons, yeah, many thousands he's snapped blades-wise. He's once snapped 80 blades in one single day. On a single ring with 97 diamonds in it. Yeah, man. So if you don't know, Mr. Jackon used to be a gold. It's still when you're a goldsmith, you're a goldsmith. Done. Yeah. He is now just making more. Well, he specializes in male jewelry. Let's say that. Yeah. Knives, and then every now and then he does still make a really pretty. And there we go. No longer family friendly. Dude, you should know by now. So I haven't broadcast to YouTube for a while, but even my channel is now 18. I think it's 18 rated. Yeah, so I did that. So the YouTube channel is no longer getting a lot of love, but through these type of things, we'll hopefully share a bit of knowledge. Yeah, but that was pretty much it. I'm now just talking more crap than what is normal. So I'm going to say, let's do that first. Thank you for joining me. Have fun. If you've got any questions or comments, drop them wherever you are below this video, whether it be on Facebook, my personal profile, my company profile, or on YouTube. Yeah, drop a comment. I'll keep an eye on it, and well, I'll try to answer them. Thank you for spending a bit of time. This is just under an hour, where I just wanted to do like a 10-minute thing. I do appreciate your time. May you guys make good decisions. And like I said in the last one, if you can't, make sure that you have got video evidence. Yeah. Have fun. Enjoy. Check you in the next one. Cheers.